go. Let's talk about you and ACC. You started at ACC at the beginning. I like to tell people that you were the original ACC teacher. That's not really true,
teacher. No,
because you were a PR person for it.
Yeah, I was director of information services, and I came with Dr. Hatfield, who was the first president, Tom Hatfield, and he and I both worked for the Higher Education Commission. And when he got this job, he asked me to come and be the director of information services, so I did. And as it turned out, I got here June the 11th, 1973, and he got here the 12th. So I've always said I was the first employee, but actually Marvin Schwipp was the first employee. He was Dr. Hatfield's assistant, and then later, when Dr. Hatfield left, he was interim president.
Okay.
But he wasn't working for the college. Dr. Hatfield did that. At first, Marvin was working for the school district, which started college.
So when did you start teaching?
Well, soon after the college started, I think it was probably in the spring of '74, Dr. Hatfield asked me to start a journalism class, so I did. I taught it at noon and at night, so it didn't interfere with my day job.
Have any of your former students gone on to do interesting stuff?
Oh, yeah, lots of them.
Any examples for us?
Well, I guess a big example is Joe, let's see, what's Joe's last name? But anyway, he, sorry, his name is...
Oh, I'm horrible at names too.
But he worked for the San Antonio paper and the Victoria paper. He was
The Advocate? I worked there too. I was a reporter there.
You were?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like you. I'm a journalist and teacher. So yeah.
You're teaching journalism.
I teach English because I don't have a master's degree in journalism.
Oh.
They won't let me teach it because I don't have a master's in it. I just have the experience. We don't want to talk about me. We want to talk about you. So how have things changed around here in all these years?
Oh goodness, they've changed completely. We just had that old Anderson High School that we called Riverside. No, we called Eastview. And Anderson High had been closed because of integration, and so that was available to us from the school district, and so we had all our classes there, except at night we had this building from the beginning. And
then Austin High closed the next year or so.
Yeah, and then we had this building and East Side.
So what are the great memories for you of teaching?
It's just been a great thing to watch it grow and be a real force. I guess we didn't dream it would ever be this successful. 40,000 students. That first fall, we had 1,300, I think, 2,300, and I was under such pressure. They had teachers, but who was going to come to the class? And I was supposed to get people there. So we did buy space in the paper, did a lot of advertising.
Yeah.
we got 2,300 students.
So
A lot different.
what's your secret to teaching?
What's the secret to teaching?
Yeah.
Well, one thing is, well, you don't think.
Well, I want you to tell the people that watch this video.
I think the secret to teaching is caring about your students and explaining things, being able to know what they want to know. And I still have changed a lot through the years. I used to just teach who, what, when, where, why, and how. And then a lot of feature writing. I did a lot of feature writing, so I was interested in that. And early on, we had a class in feature writing, but see, we don't have one now because it doesn't transfer.
Yeah.
Our
That's too bad.
Have to all transfer. But those classes were always full. That, I guess, was my favorite. But I like intro and editing. I like all that.
And you tried to retire once before.
Yeah, I did retire. I retired from full-time teaching in 1974. 1994. And my husband had just retired. My husband had a major stroke. So I came back and had to taught 3 classes since then.
All right. What else do you want to say? What do you want to say to ACC people? What do you want to say to all your former students out there in the world?
Well, I want them to keep writing, even if it looks like it's a dead end now. And I want them to keep reading. That worries me a lot that people don't read anymore. And but I think reading and writing are the 2 most important things people can do to succeed in anything. To be very good at communicating.
Well, thanks for talking to me.
Well, thank you.